What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the Gray Media. This is Josh here, checking in on you out there in YouTube land. Hope you're doing good. Happy Monday. Give yourself a stretch. It's a long work week. It's 104 in the valley over here in the Pacific Northwest and Oregon specifically. And yeah, it's real damn hot. We don't have the humidity like they do down south in New Orleans, where my wife is from, but it's still damn hot and this room gets really warm. So I wanted to do a quick little check-in and I wanted to try to either save you or inspire you to watch this film that I'm late to because I have kids and I don't always get to things on time. In a Violent Nature is going to be divisive. I'm late on the review, sure, but I feel like this might actually be a movie that's similar to Skinamarink in scope, where people say that nothing happens, it's boring, I walked out, I hated it. Boo! I don't like camp slashers. I'm not an 80s kid. This is not for me. I had a pretty good time with it. I mean, for the kills alone, it gets 3 stars. I've also tried to move from the out of 10 system to the 5-star system. So sometimes, bear with me, I'm learning that. I've always been 7 out of 10, 10 out of 10. I'm used to that. That's what all my friends say. But everyone I talk to now is like, oh, it's so many stars out of 5. So I'm going 3 stars out of 5 for the kills alone. What people are probably being bored with is probably the leaves crunching and there's no soundtrack, so you're just kind of like, you know, overhead POV shot of the killer kind of walking around. But there's some things that actually make this movie damn good. And before I forget, do that thing down there in the bottom, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on social media, whatever you want to do. I'm going to show you the best scenes in A Violent Nature. So major spoilers, this is 18 plus as well. It's some gory stuff. I'm just going to show you what you're missing if you don't watch the movie, and maybe you'll like the movie better. I think it's worth picking up when it comes out on physical media just for those kills, and it also inspired me to watch a couple of other movies. It gave me the feels in some way, so let's talk about it. So some things that I really liked about In a Violent Nature was I definitely liked the way that Johnny the killer looked. I liked the backstory. I thought it was kind of quick, kind of simple. I thought the characters were, you know, the teens, the people at the campsite or whatever. I thought they were believable enough. But I liked the backstory. I liked the idea of the fire tower. I liked when he goes and gets his mask. I liked kind of, for the most part, how he's, you know, his origin story. So, you know, and I also really liked the way that his fingers just kind of come right at you. I thought that was really cool. I thought the effects on the back of his head, you know, I thought that his shirt, I really liked all of the design, the costuming for Johnny himself. I liked the way that he walked. I liked how he didn't really give an F. He was going to get there no matter what. And I liked how he was just stalking. And he almost seemed to find joy in taking these kids apart one by one. I enjoyed the fact that they gave us a little backstory. I liked how, you know, forever I thought it was just going to be just nothing, just him walking through the woods the whole time, and I was going to get really super bored of that. But when he would go and he'd like look in the mirror and he'd have a flashback, you know, and so you were like, oh, is this real time? Are these hunters actually here? Is this like his dad? Is this his family? You know, it was good enough. The story I felt like was good enough. It was good enough to set up the kills. I do kind of feel like they were kind of picking on people in the horror genre a little bit that will just sit here and watch this guy lumber through the woods for a long time. But when they're telling that story at the campfire and, you know, they get ready to like, they're smoking a joint, drinking a beer, whatever. It's hot back here. It's so hot. And all of a sudden, like, the girl's talking and then it just pans to this shot. It took me a second to realize that he's just standing there. I thought that was super. There was a little bit of suspense there. There wasn't a ton of suspense in the rest of the movie. But for me, that part was really awesome. And then probably the last 10 minutes where, you know, the girl's picked up in the car. Spoiler. She, you know, she's got a problem. She's hurt. And every time the car would stop, you were like, you're waiting, kind of like Texas Chainsaw, where you think something's going to happen. So I appreciated that about the film, and I thought the kills themselves were out of control, absolutely incredible. I loved the blood, I loved the gore, and that wood chipper scene, the wood splitter, that scene, I watched that. I had to watch it twice. I was like, I'm gonna show the best kills in just a second, but that scene, obviously everyone's talking about the yoga kill as probably one of the best kills in horror history, and it's very impressive. It's very gory. He doesn't give an F. I love that about him. It's cold, it's calculating. He's mad, he wants that damn fucking locket back, and he goes through a lot to try to get it. I didn't watch it in the theater. I think I probably could have waited for Shudder. I'm jumping ahead. My favorite scene, though, besides that, was definitely the wood splitter scene where he grabs the guy, incapacitates him, and then has to let himself watch himself be dismembered. That was absolutely... I just said it. God, I'm the fucking worst, you guys. I owe you a beer, whatever you're into. Damn it. Oh, I'm not going to edit it out either. I thought I could do it. And then I started using my hands again, trying to be expressive. That scene was my favorite. It's the best in the movie for me. I actually feel like the wood splitter scene was better than the yoga scene in some way, because the guy got to witness his own destruction, and I can't even imagine how you would feel. Incredible, suspenseful. I love that scene. Other than that, yeah, I fast forwarded a few times. I rented it Saturday night. I watched half of it, and I was like, man, there's a lot of leaves crunching. When it does show the guy, but not the whole time. I didn't feel that way the whole time. Like I said, 3 out of 5. It was made for my target audience, and so that's why I'm reviewing it here, even though I guess I was going back. Should I review this? Should I not? Do people even care anymore? But I do think that, for me, I would say don't spend the money. Wait for it to come out on Shudder. I was looking for a good horror movie. I watched a couple of old ones on Saturday like I do when I get them new. I try to watch them. I'm not always the best at it. So then I was like, man, I need something new. What's on my... Oh, and Violent Nature streaming was $6.99. I don't know if I would pay that. I definitely don't. Even though I'm going to say that I would buy it, I'm going to buy it for the nostalgia of how it made me feel. How the characters and the camp and the idea of the firehouse and the mask that he's wearing. And when he's sitting down on that tree and he's got that fucking look on his face, that's worth purchasing for me, because I love, Don't Hike Alone. I love Friday the 13th. So it did tickle my nostalgia bone. I think it's worth picking up for those only, and if nothing else, just for the kills. But yeah, wait for it to come out on Shudder. I don't think I would spend money on this, because I think you're probably going to be bored. There's enough meat on the bone here there's enough meat on the bone here to justify a purchase, I think, for sure. But still, $6.99, it's a little too steep, I think, because I'm going to buy it. I wish that I wasn't going to now pay like $32 if it was $25, right? I think I'd rather just pay that once. Stream it first if you want, but it's going to be boring. There's no soundtrack. If you got a high def system, and you got a Dolby Atmos or at least a decent 5.1, something, all you're going to get is like just constantly leaves crunching. But what it did do is the next day, I could not wait to watch The Burning, Madman, movies like that. It inspired me to want to watch some more kind of camp slashers. I love that genre. I love that style, that little niche in film. So yeah, if nothing else, watch it for that. You guys are awesome. Check me out on social media. Subscribe down below. Talk some shit, whatever you want to do. Did you like In a Violent Nature? Do you want me to keep putting my hands up? Can I say absolutely? Because I'm going to really struggle. I'm going to drop a lot more F-bombs if I don't say absolute. Fucking absolutely correct. But yeah, can't wait to see you guys again. Take care of yourselves. Cheers.
Ah!